Today I got a pretty interesting mail call. One of my most interesting mail calls in quite some time. Inside the package there were 3 knives. One of them was this one. This is my first experience with Reeve. I have of course heard a lot about him. I've known about him for quite some time, but I never actually got around getting one of his knives. I had been eyeing a Large Sebenza 21 for quite some time, and I had one in particular in mind, but I never pulled the trigger. But you know what I say, better late than never. So here is my first Reeve folder, and it is a Large Sebenza 21 with a unique graphic of sorts. I have already opened this box. I got it like 30-40 minutes ago, so this is not going to be a authentic unboxing, but let's do it anyways. I put it back the way it was, I think. So opening the box up, you get some paperwork here. Actually, I haven't really taken a look at this, but I think maybe you can register your knife. There's a sticker of sorts, and yeah, some stuff like that. You also get this leather pouch for the folder. That is actually a nice thing. I think that should come with most folders. Feels like good quality. Smells like nice leather, so that's sweet. Here you get a tool for disassembling the knife, cleaning it, etc. I guess you get some oil here as well, and some nice foam packaging here, keep the knife safe. And then we have the actual knife itself. And here it is. I wish we could have some sunlight now, because this knife, when I unboxed it before in the sun, it looked pretty damn amazing. Like super amazing. Let's open it up, shall we? Here it is. Large Sebenza 21, unique graphic. Man, I wish we could get some sun here, because this just looks amazing in sunlight. I mean, it looks amazing here, but I don't think it will transfer quite as well to the camera. So maybe we should take a look at the specs real fast. I will have them posted in the beginning of the video, but we can go over it here as well. So the overall length of this folder is 8.35 inches. The close length is 4.77 inches. So I mean, this is not a small knife, but then again, it is called the Large Sebenza, not the small. The blade length is 3.6 or 3.63 inches long. And the blade thickness, this is not a super thick blade, and that is a good thing in my opinion. I have a few of those already. The blade thickness is 0.120, I think. The steel used for this one is CPM S35BN. I have a couple of folders in that particular steel, and I think it's a good steel. I've had no issues whatsoever with it. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have mind if this steel was CPM 20CV or if it was M390. Would have been, in my opinion, even better with the with longer edge retention, and I mean also better corrosion resistance, etc. But you will have to work more when you need to sharpen it. Still, I mean, yeah, it is a good steel, no doubt. As you can see, it's a frame lock, and there is no flipper tab on this one. You have this thumb stud here, and it's only on one side of the knife. It's not like a dual thumb stud thing. They make left-hand versions of the Sebenzas. This one is, as you can see, a right-hand version of the knife. So, what can I say about this knife? Well, I haven't put it to use yet, of course. I've only owned it for less than an hour. But, you know, me feeling like I had to make a video right away, that actually says quite a lot about this knife. Let's take a more, you know, close-up shot at this knife. See the details. The one thing that surprised me a little bit with this knife is the action. It is not super smooth out of the box. I think I'm gonna have to, you know, to maybe give it some time to break it in. I could of course put some oil. I could work with the pivot, of course, as well. But I think the action will smooth out later on. I mean, then again, I don't have a problem, you know, manually, you know, closing the knife like that. But it you know, some of you might, you know, think it's nice when the knife, you know, closes more like mechanically by just, you know, whipping the blade. But here you have to give it a bit of a push to get it in. Not, you know, not a deal breaker in any way. And I mean, I could probably, oh, I can't really open it with just, you know, flip just yet. Like I said, we're gonna have to break the knife in a bit, I think, to fully get it that way. Not an issue in any way like that, you know, it's gonna work out fine. But here it is, my first Chris Reeve Large Sebenza 21 unique graphic. Very nice looking blade, very nice. In my eagerness to make this video and upload it, I forgot to mention two kind of important aspects here. I mean, it's obvious that I am a fixed blade person and not a folder guy. Otherwise, I would never have missed this. But, well, now I actually remember that there was one more thing I forgot to mention, and that is the weight of the knife. But I don't have that specs in my head, but I will put it in the beginning of the video. Regardless, what I forgot to mention is the blade centering here, which is kind of an, you know, important deal with fixed blades, especially, you know, high-end knives. So as we can see here, or as we, maybe we can see it, as we can see, let's see if we get some focus going. The blade is nicely centered. Absolutely in the center, but we also see that it's a super tight fit. And I was kind of surprised, you know, by how little space you have, you know, in between this area and this area here. You know, the blade is not, you know, touching the sides, but there is not a lot of space for it either. And another aspect we probably should mention, see if I can switch to my right hand here, is you know, blade play, because, well, we don't want blade play, and there is absolutely no blade play, so that is a good thing. So I think my only issue, as I mentioned previously in the, you know, overview here, is the action of the knife, but I think that is something I can probably fix quite easily, but I'm gonna give it some time to break in first before doing any other types of, you know, modifications or, you know, disassembling, putting oil or anything like that. I'm also not sure, I'm guessing this one runs on ceramic bearings, but I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I don't think it's washers, but I should probably look into that as well. Yet another thing I forgot to mention. Interesting. Oh well, it is what it is. And it's a nice looking blade. My first ever experience with Chris Reeve knives, the Large Sebenza 21. Unique graphic. Some pretty nice craftsmanship here, I'd say. Looks even better than in the photos. Very nice looking knife. I think this might start an addiction. And that is probably not a good thing because I have already too many of those. Great looking knife.